I think he's better off out there. Tell me, Bipper, what is what was your, passion for this project? What was on your mind?
I mean, Nug. Ever since I was a young boy, I always had a passion for what we used to call in the family, fondly enough, we call them go fast cars. I
Alright, your
remember one of
boy
my
Kick Ass
fondest
is
memories.
back.
You may,
The time. That was very good timing, Kick-Ass.
it was.
We're here with our man, here's Little Bipper, and so we got this other gentleman. His name's Kick-Ass. He's in here from Montreal, Canada. He is
Mm.
actually one of the top head officials of the car swap meet out there, and there's all sorts of cars, legendary cars that come out there. Um, Tell me, Cass, how often do you find like a three-wheeled Morgan coming through?
Um, I'm gonna say pretty often, honestly.
That's incredible because those are incredibly rare. There's only like three of them left on the earth.
I mean, every time I have a show up there, they always show up. So,
Right. Well, we were talking to Lil, Bipper GT, and we were just asking him basically, gave you the idea to sort of come out here and like throw, your whole sort of life's work worth of money into such a wonderful and amazing project to create such beautiful cars like this.
I mean, when you say it like that, Nug, when you get it out there on the track and you just feel you just feel the horses under your foot, and you
Hmm.
know that you just have this machine just finely tuned and it is running at that top frame.
Oh yeah.
There's a satisfaction in that Nug, you just can't put a price on that.
No, and that's the thing with vehicles and the motor companies and the way that we've been uh, building these vehicles for over 100 years. It's when you look back to what they used to be and what they were first designed to be for, and and you look now and it's just so much more expanded. There's sports and competitions. It's almost like you got beauty contests sometimes with these cars. You got NASCAR, you got the Indy car races, you got funny car, the drag races. It's endless. You got guys over here, you know, in parking garages, risking their whole life with their pig slip in their pocket, uh, drifting around what may be their last ride with that vehicle. If they miss just ever so slightly, it's insane the passion that some of these guys come through here. Not to mention some of these cars have been developed for like let's say the 24-hour miles. Can you tell me what vehicle if you could get in there and drive the 24-hour miles, what vehicle would you think that you would want to take with you?
Now listen, Nugget, I get asked this quite often, and I have to tell you before, I am not sponsored at all. But if it was me and Le Mans, I would want my buttons in the firm embrace of Porsche. Porsche, these vehicles have an unfair reputation as being high maintenance and high issues. No, they require a higher caliber of driver. You cannot have a Porsche and let it sit. You cannot have a Porsche and drive it how you want to. It will be the death of you financially. You need to treat a
Absolutely.
Porsche right. And the proof of this is these vehicles that are pushed to just horrible conditions, but yet they do it because that is what they are designed to do. So Porsche
Absolutely.
and a very close second, actually, ironically enough, Subaru, they are more than just rally vehicles.
That's just what makes a Subaru too. That's what I heard. You know,
That is what
uh,
they say.
they say that, man. But it's crazier. It's crazier than it's not to me because the thing about it is I've been going out there to car shows with my daddy when I was 10 years old, and he's been collecting model like old, you know, restored vehicles. He's been restoring vehicles for 7 years. Sometimes like he gets those vehicles that haven't been restored. Nobody's got one, and so just having something so rare and a piece of history too is just something that you really can't money can't buy, you know. But as for what you were saying, I believe that the Comets are definitely they're pretty much goaded. And last week I was talking to the CEO of the Comet, the Fister Comet, and he was telling me basically when they put that new transmission in there, they basically put that transmission in there with the intent of that car basically never being turned off for the longevity of its life.
I believe I heard that too. They said and a lot of people would complain about that. They didn't like the closed gearbox. They said, I don't want that. But BMW has been doing it, Uber Mach has been doing it for years, and people have just accepted it. So, now listen, I don't mean to cut you off, but as you can see, we are outside and we are at a very high rate of speed. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get you to a nice area. Maybe some highway to start you off, all right?
You know what? That sounds great. I can't wait to get over the hood.
I almost want to have you direct me to a plane so I can fly upside down near the ground for the highs. I always win these, but I don't want to. Because now it's the car guys. It's the car guys. We already started the accents and it's hard to drop them. And we're going to do the car things. Because I already have a podcast. It's on Spotify. I might just port the audio over and just trim it on out. It's called High Society, Low Notoriety, believe it or not. Check out the name on that.
Absolutely. I would love to, and it's just one of those pleasures that I don't get to have very often here in Los Santos. It's one of them things that gets sweeter with time. You know, being out here in this blistering heat here in Los Santos, where the gas prices are higher than you know my waistline. Basically, you know, oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that over there.
My gosh.
Would you just look at that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna start her up.
That's unbelievable.
Now we do have a lot of I would say hostile intent individuals over here. So I just want to point out this badge back here. Come have a look. I do miss my other vehicle because look,
if anybody does that.
I had one that did not have that badge, and I am a purist about my vehicles. I do not like them to be badged. Anyone who knows me knows that. I don't want to see where I got it from. I don't care if it came from, you know, Credit Connection, and I don't care if it came from Platinum Pre-Owned. I just don't want it.
You know, I think there's a thing to be said there. A purist is restoring history in and of itself. So I very much agree with your statement there. You know, a car like this too, like, it's just be sinful if you did augment it in such a way. You know? It's Banshee, exactly.
It's Banshee has. I mean, that name carries with. Here, hop on in. I'm gonna give us a waypoint. We're gonna go out to one of my houses I keep, in when the city gets to be too much for me.
You know what? I'm real excited. I'm excited. I had to take my anxiety medicine before this. I'm so excited. My stomach has got butterflies.
I think I'll have my medication as well. Now you do have a cinematic view on you, so just so you see, that paint job is beautiful. That is an exact opposite of what I have on the other one, and I can't wait to see them next to each other. It's a sad day that they'll have to. I'm sorry, what was that?
It was Hal here at the LS Car Meet that did this paint job, right?
Yes, it was Hal. Now I had brought him some photos of the paint job on the other Banshee that we had just done from Benny's, because Benny's, I had reached out to him, and I would stop short of saying he stonewalled me. He just didn't seem too keen on sharing his exact recipe for his paint with a quote competitor. I'm like, you are not competitors. You know, you guys both provide different and beautifully, you know, you fit each other perfectly. So I just don't understand. But anyway, I took the pictures, and Hal, once again, a shout out to all the boys over at House Automotives. And we just want to give them a lot of thanks, guys. This is a beautiful car. So
yeah, this thing handles like a dream. As soon as we get on the interstate, I'm gonna put my foot into it a little bit more. But man, it's just like ever since I was like 2 years old, I wanted to ride one of these cars, and it's absolutely, you know, the way that the grip on the tires. I'm assuming these tires are probably brand new.
Yep, those are actually low compound Pirelli track meet specials.
Oh,
and
man.
You might think that I'm being fancy. I'll be honest with you, TireRack.com, also not a sponsor. I got a really good deal for them. The only downside is I had tires sitting in my house, which my wife was not happy about.
You know, she's like, put them on something. Get them out of here. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. It's crazy, man. When you give it the gas all the way in, it puts you back in your seat like you just
feel that sucker
flung out of a chopper.
It's just point and go.
And you're not is there traffic control support on here? I don't know what Is
I
this,
believe
does
that
this come
is
standard?
that's manual traffic control support. That means you are cleared to weave where you see a gap.
That's
You want to open her up.
beautiful.
There's a ton of top end power there.
You know, there's just a lot of vehicles.
Look.
Well, ooh, that was very close. I know that guy was real.
It's all fine. We have a helicopter behind us, and where we're going, there are missiles following us. Well, we'll see us. If it's for us, we'll die in style.
Oh! Oh my God! Yes!
That was the best way to see that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that Dale Earnhardt angry at us for getting something